Welcome home to St. Anne's. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you. This Sunday is commonly referred to as Christ the King Sunday. And in many, many churches, this is a huge day. Like copes and incense and all sorts of stuff. Obviously, I didn't even fast today because I didn't feel like it. So we do things a little bit differently here. And as I was thinking about my sermon today, I thought, and you'll notice, no, you probably won't notice because only like a liturgy nerd would notice. I'm wearing green today, which is actually just a regular season color. Today, if we were doing the huge, big, grand thing, I would be wearing white. If we're doing Christ the King, white would be the color of celebration for today. But I'm not, because I was, kind of, you won't believe this, but I do think about what I'm going to do before I do it. I know, you're like, but I do. And I was like, and I have done Christ the King before, not with big copes. I've actually never worn a cope, but someday I'm going to wear a cope. But here's the thing that I have learned about Christ the King Sunday. We clergy like it because we get to dress up. But we spend the whole time trying to convince you of trying to save the concept of Christ the King. Because, y'all, it's really not a concept that clicks for us. We live in a democracy, kinda-ish. A republic-ish thing, maybe. We're not doing it very well, but that's what we call it. So the whole king concept is kind of weird to us, right? We're not really 100% there. And for many of us who are students of history, kings don't necessarily always have a good connotation. Absolute power ruins absolutely. And if you don't believe me, go read a newspaper. Okay, so it's a weird concept for us. It doesn't really click. So I could spend the next 7 minutes trying to save that concept. And I probably wouldn't do it very well, but I could try. Or we could make this a sermon that might actually benefit us. Hopefully. You're like, please God, for once. So that's what we're going to try and do. Happy New Year's Eve. Did you know that today is the last Sunday of the church calendar? It is. Because Advent for us is when the new year starts. And if you pay any attention to that book that I was reading today, it's really heavy on the left because we're at the very, very end of the book. And that's because the church year for us starts with Advent. And believe it or not, this is the last Sunday before Advent. Anyone else go, ooh, I did. And not just because I'm a clergy person and this Advent means we're gearing up for all the stuff. Prepare yourself. People are about to be Christians again. It's true. And all of a sudden, they'll want to talk to me about salvation. Talk to Jesus about salvation. I'm just here to talk about the gospel. But we have all this stuff coming up, and the altar guild is like, oh my God, it's happening. We got to change all these things. And the people who plan our service are like, we got to change all these things. So let's talk about the fact that we are gearing up for our huge holiday season. And not just for us, all sorts of there are many, many religions right now who are gearing up for holiday season. So we start next week. So let's take a minute, because let's do it differently this year. And maybe you guys do Christmas and Thanksgiving intentionally, and you like really, truly get it, and you don't stress out about it, and you're like, this is just like a super calm and easy time, and I'm not worried about it. Anyone here feel that way? Okay, it's not just, write a manual. You should preach the sermon for me, actually. But it is a season where we start to get really, really stressed out because we got to be happy. And not just happy, like Instagram post worthy happy. And don't you think that we don't know that you take that picture, but right before you take it, you move all this stuff out of the way so we don't know what your house really looks like? Or that you didn't take 500 pictures to get all 3 kids smiling decently at one time. Because we doing it too. So we know you're doing it because I'm doing it. I made cookies last night with my kids. And they're messy. And I'm messy. But like I posted a picture of it, but I cleaned the counters first. I did, because it was not a clean process. And as soon as they've all had a bite of raw cookie dough, and yeah, I'm not mom, I don't care. They're not dead yet. Salmonella has not come to the Rhodes house yet. We eat raw cookie dough. Didn't put that on Instagram either. Because there are moms out there who like make like egg-free cookie dough so people can eat it. No, I don't do that. I'm just like, nature will happen. But then they're all done because we like ate cookie dough. So they all go scurrying away to go, watch a movie. And then I'm here with like flour and stuff everywhere. Everywhere. So you got to clean it up so you can fake it and get a good picture of these cute little cookies and these little kids who made their cookies, right? We all do it. It's the season of the fake picture. It is upon us. Thanksgiving is going to happen, and we fake happy. Advent is coming, and we fake it. We got to get all those Christmas card pictures out. We fake what happiness is, which is so incredibly ironic because we are celebrating peace and calm and expectation of Jesus coming to us in the most innocent of ways, in the most messy of ways, too, in a barn. That is not Instagram worthy. That is not Instagram worthy. Having babies in barns. Don't do it. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? And can we do it differently this time? So we have this Sunday, and I ask you to take a deep breath. How are we going to do it intentionally? So we really, truly are living into Advent. Advent isn't meant to be crazy or hectic or stressful. It's not meant to be bad or penitential. Have you ever been in those churches like, Advent is like mini Lent? No, it's not. Somebody says to you that Advent is mini Lent, they're bad theologians. And you can say that. You can be like, my priest Meg says you're a bad theologian. And they'll be like, Theo, what? I'll be like, that's right. It's not. It's the same time. It's like cleaning up your house because something is happening. A big visitor is coming in, and it's exciting, and it's wonderful, and it's joyful. And yeah, it's work, but it's the good kind of work. It's exciting work. It's preparation. It's joy. It's wonder. And it doesn't make sense, and that's okay. And so what I ask us today is as we enter into this time, because you've got Thanksgiving this week, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'm a priest. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, or the whole year. You want to know why? Because Thanksgiving is just Thanksgiving. It's not hijacked. It is gathering around with people that you love, sometimes people who just showed up. But it's gathering around and eating together. There are no goals. There's no gift giving. There's no stress about it unless you don't know how to brine a turkey, and in which case just go buy that stupid thing already smoked. Don't brine that turkey. It's not about the stress. It's about being in the midst of that chaotic mess with one another, arguing about stupid stuff that doesn't matter anyway, like, I don't know, straws? We argue about stupid stuff, right? But we do it in the most loving ways because we love these people anyway, and we know that there's going to be pumpkin pie at the end, so it's okay. That is what Advent is supposed to be like too. It's not about Santa Claus. It's not about gifts. It's not about all this chaos. It's not about the perfect picture and making sure that you get them sent out in time so they actually get there in time for Christmas cards. And they're like, they're Epiphany cards, right? They're Valentine's Day cards. Yeah. No, so take this time because that's what this is really about. So as we enter into Advent, we are going to be doing different. So did you know that each Sunday actually has kind of a theme? I know, it's true. And you're like, you never followed no theme, Meg. Yeah, they actually have themes. And so I want us to think about those themes because here's the thing, and I wrote them down so I would actually tell you the truth. And this will coincide, families with kiddos, with what we're doing in Sunday school too. They will be kind of connected. So my goal is that as a church family, we can reflect on these things together. So even if our kiddos aren't in here with us, we're still living Advent intentionally together. So our first is prophecy. They'll be doing a little bit more prophecy. We'll be doing apocalyptic stuff too, but it turns out that doesn't really go over really well in Sunday school stuff. Sabbies, kids! But we're going to be talking about that kind of prophecy, this idea that stuff is coming, and the role of the prophets, and the fact that these big things are coming. And then we're going to be talking about families and journeying. So what does it mean to live as a family together? And families look different in all sorts of different ways. So I don't want you to be like 2 parents, 2 kids, Labrador, picket fence. Actually, that's not true around here. It's all golden retrievers. Have you noticed, if you're a real family around here, you have a golden retriever? You do. Pay attention. I don't have a golden retriever. I don't have a real family. And then the third week, we're going to be talking about the witnesses, and they'll be talking a lot about the shepherds, but who witnessed these things, who was a part of it, even though they didn't necessarily seem like they should be a part of it. And then my favorite Sunday, Feminist Sunday. I know. If you're used to me, you know how excited I get about Marian Sunday. And that will be the 4th. So that's Feminist Rant Sunday. Prepare yourselves. It's like my time. So we're going to be doing this intentionally. And I want you to think about how you are going to live Advent and even Thanksgiving intentionally. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, you don't get gifts for your kids. You don't get gifts for your spouse. You don't get gifts for anybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's do it for the true intention and purpose of it. So that when we get to Christmas, we realize that Christmas is a season. It doesn't start until Christmas Day. And we're not exhausted and sick of it before we even get there. Anyone else ever felt that way? You get to Christmas Day and you're like, I'm done. Take it all down. Right? Yeah. How many people have their Christmas lights up already? This is a no judgment zone. Like, I literally do not have I'm not one of those Christmas early people. If I could encourage all of us to be Christians and love Christmas all year round, I would do it. Because I think that is how we are meant to live, in joy and wonder. Advent it's not going to make sense. The stuff that we're reading is going to be weird. Some of the music is going to be weird. Anyone else here hate Advent music? People complain to me about Advent music. Do we have to listen to this? Yes, it's Advent music. And no, we're not going to do Christmas hymns yet. We'll do them. It'll happen. So as we enter into this season, I ask you to take a moment. Take a moment today. Come up with your plan. not just your menu plan, but how are you going to live this? How are you going to really, truly live this in wonder and joy? Because that's what we're called to do. Amen. Amen. So take a moment to breathe, to relax, to not worry about the dust bunnies, not worry about the flower in the pictures, but to live it, really, truly live it in wonder, joy, and glory. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.